Alrighty. It is August the 1st, 2020. A milestone, another month gone. History of my life. Well. Looking forward to the new month of August. Many things to do, many things to accomplish, and looking forward to it. All right. Dee McClung, Art Monologues. That's where I talk, and you don't. All right, we got some things for you tonight, or today, depending on when you're listening. Here's the thing. First off, let's just talk about, well, I'm going to let you listen to the candidate, and the Libertarian candidate for president, Dr. Jo Jorgensen. She's going to talk about marijuana, and so let's just listen to what she has to say about this drugs and stuff. I'm getting it. Hold on. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, we need to legalize all drugs. Sometimes I use the term decriminalize. Some people prefer one, some people prefer the other, but we need to get government out of it. And what's been happening with marijuana is they've got such high taxes, or you have to get some kind of grower's license and it costs a lot of money and they limit the number of growers. So we still have people who are growing marijuana illegally. So imagine if they said, okay, fine, we'll decriminalize alcohol, in the 1930s. Let's decriminalize alcohol. But we're going to restrict the number of people by a severe amount, which, yes, I know they regulate alcohol. I get that. I know that. But what I'm saying is what if they restricted it to the point that people were making bathtub gin and people were selling alcohol on the streets illegally? So that's what's happening with marijuana. Even in the states that it's, supposedly legal, is the government has not opened it up so that now we've got the same problems with prohibition. And I'm sure you've heard me say this, but let me say it again. I talk about how, and here's a question I ask, and notice my message is a little different from some of the past libertarians. Yes, I believe it's our body. Yes, I believe we should be able to do what we want with our bodies. However, I think we need to give a more practical approach to America to see how it can solve their problems. So, what about people like me who've never used drugs? The average person who's never used drugs can say, well, what does drug legalization do for me? Well, here's what I can tell them, is it will give you safer streets. It should keep your children away from the drugs even more. And the questions that I ask are, when's the last time you heard of a liquor store owner going up and down the halls of a high school trying to sell gin? Or when's the last time you heard of a vodka addict breaking into houses to support his vodka habit? Or when's the last time you heard of two liquor store owners having a shootout for the best corner? Those are prohibition problems, not drug problems, and they affect everyone. They don't just affect the people who use drugs. So if you want safer streets, if you want your children to not be approached by pushers because the profit's not there, then what we need to do is legalize it. And also the overly prescribed opioids, here's the tragedy of that. If marijuana had been legal, many people would have chosen that route rather than the opioid route, and maybe even avoided opioids. And overall marijuana is not very addictive. Some people say it's psychologically addictive.
At all.
Not for the average person, it's really not addictive.
And so,
would you rather have people using marijuana or highly addictive heroin? I would choose the marijuana. But again, most states, doctors can't prescribe it. And why should you even have to prescribe it? So, what do you think about?
She's in the right direction, sort of. And so at least it's within the range of reasonable. Doing away with this war on drugs, which is insane and very destructive to Americans and just not good. It's just a bad thing and insane thing. And people should just be up in arms about that and just say, no, we're not going to let you do that anymore. Government, stop doing that, or we're going to just freaking hang you or something, whatever. Be forceful about this. All right. Hold on just a second. All right. Here's another point by Dr. Jo Jorgensen, candidate for president on the Libertarian Party. Listen up.
I haven't kept up on the appeals. Um, I, I tend to hope that the judges
It's coming up in a minute.
everything
Just after
carefully.
this, she will tell about it.
And I would only
Julian
step
Assange.
in for something egregious. So to remind you, on my first day in office, I would pardon Julian Assange. I would pardon Ross Ulbricht, and I would pardon all the other people that we've heard about. So the whistleblowing should not be against the law, and it's if there's no victim, there is no crime. I'm jealous. I'm saying two stops. Oh, Georgia gets. Well, I don't know what I can tell you about that. If Georgia is close by, so we'll certainly put out an announcement if I can make another quick trip down there. In fact, I was actually supposed to go to Georgia for Juneteenth, and
all right. I wasn't quick enough on the switch there, so you got a little bit of extra on that. So hold on a minute. I'll find something else she has to say that's interesting. All right. Now here we've got Rand Paul, the renegade son of Ron Paul, who I happen to like at some point, and I really believed in the guy, his father, and so forth, until Rand Paul said some pretty stupid shit, and turned himself into I don't know why he did this. He's certainly, I would think, gone against his father's philosophy on things, but maybe not. I mean, I'm just questioning now if Rand Paul says this and believes it, and Ron Paul, his father, supports him in this stuff, then I'm thinking Ron Paul isn't as good as I thought he was. So anyway, here's something about Rand Paul speaking on his own behalf in regards to wearing a mask. So let's do that. Hold on while I click the button. Here it is, coming up.
you're not to wear a mask when walking around.
I have immunity. I've already had virus, so I can't get it again, and I can't give it to anybody. So
You said there are different strains, and people who have.
yeah, it's not true yet. There's no evidence that I can't get it again, nor can I transmit it. So of all the people you meet here, I'm not the only safe person in Washington to meet.
And there you go. There you go. He's immune. He's invincible. Amazing. Well, I don't believe that, but hey, Keith believes it apparently, and there he is walking around without a mask on, and I don't have a problem with that because I'm not going to be around him, and I'm not going to be around anybody I know, I suppose. So whatever. But it just sounds interesting, and I wonder if it's true what he said about being immune and can't get it again and can't give it to anybody and all that. I just, well, maybe. Then again, maybe if he had the regular flu, or like maybe the mumps or chickenpox or whatever, or typhoid, I don't know. But anyway, that was Rand Paul having his say on the wearing the mask thing. I don't know. I think it's pretty simple. I mean, for him, whatever. But and I imagine he's probably wealthy enough that he can get tested every single day, every hour on the hour, and get the results within 10 minutes or something. Because like us normal people, it takes a week or two. I wonder why. You think? Doesn't anybody watch NCIS? That show on the TV, which is totally government propaganda bullshit. But at any rate, where Abby, she goes in the lab and bingity, 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 bingity. Here's the DNA results, in 18 seconds. Wow, whatever. So, fantastic stuff. So hold on. I'll see if I can find something else of interest here for the show. Hold on. Here's one from Bill Maher. I used to like him. I used to almost love him. But, lately, not so much. But he's still funny sometimes. And he still speaks the truth. So here's Bill Maher with something you should understand is true because it's the American way. And if you don't like it, you're not American. Well, you know what I mean. Anyway, let me turn that on for you. Listen to Bill.
How about this? If you didn't like the way a company conducted its business, stop using it. This seemed to work for the first million years of commerce.
All right. Let me give you the punchline on this one.
The practice of rewarding a company with repeat business or going somewhere else. And if enough customers did that, it would shut down and become a Halloween store.
So there's Bill Maher, and that's the way it should be. If this thing about, this store, they're not doing right. They shouldn't be. There was this one not too long ago. Well, it's been a while ago, actually. Something about, these manufacturers of food, they're putting salt in our food, and we don't want it because it's not good for us, and they should stop putting salt in their food. And you know what? If you don't want salt in your food, and don't buy the fucking food that has salt in it. Look for unsalted food. Or better yet, grow your own damn food and don't put salt in it when you put it on your freaking plate. If you don't like the fact that, Campbell's Soup put salt in their soup can, guess what? Yeah, don't buy the damn soup. I mean, how stupid can you be? That's the rule. That's the way it works in a free fucking country. With a free enterprise, free market. That's the way things work. We're going to put this company out of business because they put salt in our freaking soup. Or on our Parmesan, or on our freaking pie, or Coca-Cola, or whatever the fuck. I mean, seriously. What's wrong with people that they can't figure this out? Free country, free country. You don't like it, don't buy it. And if you don't buy it, then a lot of people don't buy it. Well, guess what? If a lot of people are buying it, then I guess they like it. Or they don't give a shit. So the company's going to keep doing that. But, if nobody bought it, then the company would probably say, I wonder why. Let's ask some people. Oh, yeah. We don't want, to buy your Coca-Cola because you put like a freaking tablespoon of salt in it. Every can. Whatever it is. I don't know how much salt they put in it. Then I guess Coca-Cola might say, well, you know what? They're not buying our Coke. And they say it's because we put salt in the Coke. So maybe if we just took the salt out of the Coke, they might start buying Coca-Cola again. Yeah, good idea. That's the way free market works. And if you don't like that, you're living in the wrong fucking country. Seriously. I mean, I'm not Bill Maher, and I sit there all calm like and just be funny about serious shit because, it really pisses me off. Just stop acting stupid, people. And yeah, I'm talking about you. If you have a problem with free market. Oh, that's the thing about America. Oh, free country, free country, free country. Yeah, America, I love it. And then it's, love it or leave it. Guess what? I was born here, I'm living here, and I'm going to die here. Pretty good odds on that one, the last one. Because, you know what? I'm not going to, go to Europe. Not a good place, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm not, judging Europe and saying it's a bad place. I'm just not going to be there. It's not going to happen. Hawaii would be nice, but, hurricanes and shit. Mexico, well, I suppose in certain parts of Mexico, I mean, Jesse Ventura, he kind of likes living down there on the coast. And what coast is it? Eastern coast of Mexico in the Gulf side there. He got a place down there. Millionaire. He could live where he wants, I guess. But, you know, I mean, come on, people. Get real. All right, let me see if I can find something else fun here. All right, next item. Here's one. I ran across this. It's Reason Magazine. Reason Magazine. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the premise is behind the magazine. I'm not sure at this point. I'm not going to get into that. But what I am going to ask, the question I'm going to ask is, if it's called Reason Magazine, wouldn't you expect the magazine to be, pretty much all about reason? And shouldn't reason be, like reason? Reasonable? Reason like in logical? I mean, if you're going to reason through a problem and try to come to a reasonable conclusion about the problem and maybe a reasonable solution to the problem, shouldn't you use reason to do that? Shouldn't everything you have to say about whatever topic might be the subject of the day in a Reason magazine, shouldn't it be all about reasoning it through and being reasonable and intellectual, intelligent, logical? And what I found is, I'm not going to say totally 100%, but I'm thinking there are examples of Reason magazine presenting articles that are not based on reason. They're not reasonable. They're not using reason to come to conclusions and observations in their article. In fact, sometimes just the opposite. So, just wanted to point that out. Reason Magazine. Now you can look it up, find Reason Magazine website and whatever on the internet, look it up, check it out for yourself. You decide for yourself what you think, but I'm thinking probably not all that much reason in Reason Magazine. Not condemning the whole thing, just some examples that I've run across of articles in Reason Magazine haven't relied too much on reason, if you know what I'm saying. All right, so okay, moving on. Next object. Let me look up something else here. All right. Here's an article, and this is the headline on the thing. It doesn't matter what the story's about. It's okay. I'll just read to the title of the article. Doped up girls throw rocks at my partner and I. By what? Patty Mayo? All right, here you go. All right. I can see on the back of this guy's t-shirt, this guy looks like he's a Patty Mayo. He looks like, what does it say? Some kind of enforcement agent. Bail enforcement? Whatever the fuck he is. Anyway, redneck motherfucker. So, the title. Okay? Throw rocks at my partner and I. All right? Credibility of this guy? Zero. Because partner and I, I cringe. And I'm thinking, this guy didn't graduate high school, right? Oh, hey, it's my partner and I. No, that's wrong. It's not English. It's just totally unfucking believable. I don't understand why people even do such. Why do you even bother writing anything? If the title of the article starts out like that, I'm not reading it. I don't want to hear it. Fuck it. Stupid people. All right. So,
Okay, ready? Ready. The other Bob's off stage.
I'm
Has
not
earphones
ready.
on. Play fast.
All right. A little humor here. Something with Family Feud, with the Dawson fella. And one of the contestants, and if you're familiar with Family Feud, I don't have to explain it to you, but he's going to respond to. All right, here we go. Pay attention. Listen up. Funny.
15 seconds, please. Name an animal with 3 letters in its name. Frog. Something found in a refrigerator. Milk. A brand of gasoline. Regular. Something that comes with a summer storm. Snow. A sport
Snow.
with an all-star game. Turn around.
You heard that, right? An animal with 3 letters. Frog. Well, I guess there are 3 letters in the name. You know, frog. There are 3 plus 1. So, whatever. So, but the other one. Something that comes with a summer storm. Snow. Where's this guy been hanging out? The North Pole? All right. Little humor there. All right. What's his name? Bob Dawson, the host of that show? We watch a lot of that on YouTube with the other guy, the new guy. Frickin' whatever his name, the black guy with the bald head. You know what I mean. Steve Harvey. A lot of funny stuff. He's funny. Anyway, for pastime, when we don't have anything else to do, we got to kill some time. We listen to some of that on YouTube, the old shows. Anyway, I got to look up something else here. I still got about 20 minutes. All right, this one's relevant to Bill Maher again. He's a funny man. Sometimes I don't like him. Sometimes I like him. Sometimes he's an asshole, and sometimes he's like a socialist or something. But whatever. So anyway, here's something that's been relevant because there's the this black lady doctor voodoo witch person. I don't know what she is. Anyway, talking about the just listen to Bill. Here you go.
And then this week, Trump had to find a new favorite doctor, Dr. Stella Emanuel. Have you seen her? Yeah. He saw her on YouTube. She was saying that medicines contain alien DNA and that disease is caused by having sex with a demon while you're asleep. But she, I'll give you a minute to absorb that one. But she likes hydroxychloroquine. So Trump said, He said, I thought her voice was an important voice, but I know nothing about her. Yeah, a lot of people are saying she owns a lab coat. I mean, just remember this about when you hear somebody, well, he's a doctor. Yes, a lot of people can be a doctor. She's a licensed pediatrician. She is a real doctor. In fact, she's in my network, Kanye Permanente. And the good news is they're accepting new patients. But that's where we are in America. This is the president of the United States, endorses this crank doctor who says that the devil fucks people in their sleep. And my first thought is, well, it sounds better than reheating that meatloaf. And I'm telling you, this doctor, whatever her name, Dr. Crazy Person, she's not backing down. Today she tweeted, yes, America, some need deliverance from demon sperm. I'm not kidding. She tweeted that. And that's when Alex Jones went, I'll have what she's having. But of course, the big political issue these days is that the two parties are trying to hammer out another bill for COVID relief. And Trump, get this, insists that it include, this is COVID relief. He said it insists that it include money for a new FBI headquarters. Which, I mean, he does have a point about that we do need that. I mean, all the agents at the J. Edgar Hoover building say it's a real drag.
Oh, that's funny. So anyway, Bill Maher talking about this crazy wacko woman and, the lunatic president. It's just, it's surreal. I mean, seriously, what kind of a fucking nightmare are we living in? That, I'm sorry, but, and if you support this lunatic, wacko, fucktard, stupid man, if you do support him, and oh God help us all, if you vote for them or did vote for him, you're gonna vote for him again. You know what? Yeah, just mark yourself off of the registry of human beings, because you're like, I don't know, you're vermin of some kind of low life crawling on the ground in a sludge to a septic tank or something. I mean, fuck off. Come on, seriously. All right, Lewis Black, my favorite comedian person, because I kind of take after him, I guess, because I go like, son of a bitch. Anyway, let's listen to some of his talk about vaccines. Here we go.
I love morons. If you read the fine print, well, actually, I've read the fine print of measles, and you know what the side effects include? Dying of measles! So where did these dummies get these dumb ideas? The same place that wants you to believe your miserable aunt and closeted uncle are actually happy. The internet. But social media are finally starting to get their act together.
Catch this out.
Facebook said,
Check
quote, "We've taken steps to reduce the distribution of health-related misinformation on Facebook, but we know we have more to do."
Pinterest is blocking searches related to vaccinations. The social media company says it wants to curb the spread of misinformation.
Right.
Most shared images on Pinterest relating to vaccinations advise against them.
Yeah, I've been banned on Pinterest
is
for like
getting their
100
health
years.
information on Pinterest. That's where you're supposed to plan weddings and find tacky home decor. Then again, on Pinterest, you can find tips on how not to vaccinate your kid, and then find the perfect headstone for your unvaccinated kid.
Well, I'm not even going to comment on that, but there are some vaccinations, some vaccines that I'm pretty sure I don't want in my body. I don't care what they do, and I don't care what the crazies think. And, and I don't know what Bill Gates is up to with his vaccination. I do know this, that I read somewhere in a book that has a reputation of, pretty good credibility on it. But, how it goes with conspiracy theory nuts. Everybody, oh, you're a conspiracy theory nut. And well, maybe I'm a conspiracy theory fact, or, proven, or a pretty good chance of it being true, or at least something to think about. How about this? What was that thing where they stick you in the arm? Oh, yeah, polio vaccine back in the late 50s, early 60s, the one where they had a lab down in New Orleans trying to find a cure for cancer because they knew that they had injected cancer freaking causing monkey virus in every freaking kid in America, practically, I guess, and including me. And so, guess what? Cancer's pretty, running kind of wild in America right now, because I wonder, you think? I mean, let's compare let's compare the cases of freaking cancer in America to, let's say, I don't know, some place that didn't have the vaccine back in the 50s and 60s. I don't know, some other country in Africa or Eastern Europe or something. Did they have it? Did they? Really? Maybe? Maybe not? Every kid in the country? Monkey virus. They made this vaccine with the monkey virus. And now we got the flu shots with, mercury in them. I'm pretty sure mercury is fatal. So why don't they make a vaccine for the flu shot thing with the vaccine that, like the swine flu or the monkey flu or whatever the fuck it was a few years ago? You gotta have the vaccine. In fact, I knew people worked at hospitals and doctors' offices. A doctor's office, hospital. We can't work if we don't get the flu shot. And I'm thinking, you still working there, aren't you? Yeah, because you did it, right? Yeah. Your credibility is like fucking zero, you coward. All right. I mean, I'm sorry when they blackmail you. Now, I'm not blaming them for getting shot so they can keep their job and keep helping, help cure people and shit in the hospital and the doctor's office and shit. That's cool. I mean, that's a sacrifice. I think that's a big risk, and heroes. Hope you don't become a martyr in the process. But at any rate, monkey virus. You know, like, it's just, oh, and by the way, Lee Harvey Oswald, the guy they said shot Kennedy, which, no, I don't think so. George Bush Sr. was in Dallas on that day, up on the grassy knoll. Oh, yeah, really? And bullets that go, that way and then do a U-turn and come back that way and hit you in the face. Yeah, right. That's logical. That makes sense. That's believable. Totally credible, right? No, it's not. So, didn't happen. So anyway, vaccine. I'm just a little area. Oh, the vaccine, the flu shot thing. The thing that has like a 15% success rate. Yeah. Put poison in my body, mercury, for example, that I know can kill me, cause brain damage. Oh yeah, but I might not get the flu. One out of like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One out of 7 chance I won't, or 6 out of 7 chances I will still get the flu anyway. If I happen to be around people that have the flu, which in my case probably not, since I don't hang out with people I don't know or out in public anywhere. I just don't hang out. I mean, I don't go to bars and I don't go to nightclubs and I don't go to, if I go to, I haven't even been to Walmart in like freaking 6 months or something. Because, I don't need anything from Walmart. I can't order online. Ship it to me. UPS. I mean, at least that way I only have to see one guy when he, parks the truck and brings a package to my porch. Put it on the porch there. I'll get it later. Thanks. Anyway, and I got this sanitizer, disinfectant shit, and I spray the box with it or whatever. So the point is, what is the point? The point is, they should just have a little bit more credibility. They should be a little bit more upfront, and they should just take the mercury out of the damn vaccine. Seriously, don't put that in there, and I'll think about it. Here's some vaccine. It'll keep you from getting the flu. I haven't had the flu in my life, actually. I've had some couple of things that might have been close to a flu back 100 years ago or something. I don't know. And I could get the flu any day. I mean, it's quite possible. Or even the virus, for that matter, because, it's very contagious and, it's everywhere. So I'm not bragging about that because, God help me. If I say it, I won't, I will, and I'm not going to go there because you never know. But I do know this. I have never had the flu of any consequence ever in my life. So, if I just keep doing what I'm doing now, chances are I won't get the flu. And if I do, it'll probably be just a regular flu. I don't know. Whatever happened to the regular flu? I'm sure it's still out there, still killing people, like 15,000 a year in America or something like that. But still, why don't you just take the freaking mercury? That's like shoving a mercury thermometer. They don't even make mercury thermometers anymore, right? Because, they put them in a kid's mouth under his tongue and the kid bites the damn thermometer with his teeth, breaks the thermometer, and freaking mercury goes down his throat and he freaking dies. So they probably said, let's not do that anymore. Let's get a thermometer that doesn't have mercury in it. Now we got digital thermometers. You can stick it in your mouth or under your whatever. Run a thing across your forehead or something. And much safer. Assuming it's not putting off x-rays that are going to rot your brain or something. So anyway, okay, so let's see what else we can find before I wrap it up here. All right, here's Donald Trump making an ass of himself like always because he's a fucking slug. So anyway, here it is. Ready? Here it comes.
Get that son of up the field right now. Out. You my opposer when I want freedom. You my opposer when I want justice. You my opposer when I want equality. And when you get on your knee and you don't respect the American flag or the anthem,
it's not the American flag, it's the government flag.
It's not hate to say that we were kidnapped and brought here. It's true.
And that's true. When the hand went up, time was coming to an end.
As he sees the U.S. flag as a symbol of oppression and tyranny.
It is.
I think protest is one of the strongest instruments that we have.
Before Colin Kaepernick sacrificed his status in society as an NFL quarterback, ultimately losing his job for silently protesting racial injustices. Before Mahmoud Abdul Rauf was suspended, silently protesting the national anthem as a symbol of oppression, there was one man.
Craig Hodges.
So what I'm saying here is that was Trump ass, dumb fuck. lunatic. Talking about the American flag. The President of the United States, of all people, should understand the fact, the concept, that the flag is not the American flag. It is the flag of the United States Government Union. It is back. Let's just go back a couple hundred years or so and figure out, all right, we got some colonies which became nations and then became states. And then let's say, they're there and they got a thing going and they want to do something. And hey, why don't we have a flag to represent our new union? Our 13 of us getting together into one little, union. You know what I'm saying, right? Union. It's a corporation of 13 nation states becoming a part of a, one kind of a union thing. They're still all individual states. They're all individual places, individual with their own little governments and their own constitutions, by the way, and, union. So like we joined together to form a union, and it has nothing to do with a country. It has nothing to do with America, that landmass. So the flag represents that union, the 13 stars, the 13 stripes, blah, 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 representing the union of states. And so we got more stars because there's more states. Join the union. So it's the United States Government Union. It has nothing to do. It's not an America. It's not the name of the country is America, or the landmass called America. I know North America, South America, but that's different. You know what I'm saying? A word can have different meanings as long as, the basic root word means the same. Like Australia is a freaking continent, but it's the name of a country. And, the name of the country and the name of the government of Australia is, the Australian government. So, Donald Trump is an asshole because, it's not the American flag, you dumbass. And for all of you people out there that insist on going around saying, oh, American flag, and let's, you're disrespecting the American flag. No. Because it's not. And it's not. It never has been. Never will be. Because it's not. You can't. I mean, how many times you got to be told? I mean, didn't you go to history class in school? I mean, did you graduate high school at all? Did you not read any history at all? Did you not read where, of course they tell you Betsy Ross, made the flag. That's bullshit. But anyway, who told her? Let's suggest, let's ask. Who said, hey, Betsy, can you make us a flag representing the Union? Yeah. They didn't come. Can you make us a flag representing America? The North American continent? Landmass, below Canada? No, they didn't. They said, can you make a flag representing the new Union? That's a collection of states bound together in common purpose. Still not a country. Country is like, country roads, take me home. Like where I live. It's some country and there's some land, some trees, mountains, rivers, streams, some cities here and there. Across this land from sea to shining sea. It's not America. Not the American flag, rather. All right? So get down on your knee. Throw the football player off the... You know what? Throw the idiot in the White House out in the street. Yeah, the first time he says something stupid. Get rid of the motherfucker. He's a fucking lunatic. And he's ignorant. He doesn't know shit. Because, American flag and stuff like that. So, duh. All right, I'm going to wrap it up for this time. And hope you enjoyed that little bit of entertainment and information. We'll talk to you again next time. Meantime, D. McClung, Arthur Monologues, where I talk and you don't.